Safe. Got in a little bit of trouble, not too much. We're here announcing we got this top influencer that we are announcing today. 50% off will be awarded to one individual, someone who has been influencing people to transform and change their lives. We're looking for people who are positive, who have found ways to improve their life and change, through liposuction, through taking steps and changing their lifestyle habits. But people that have been successful can then turn around and help others, help the people that are struggling just like they were struggling. And I'm looking to produce more of these people by encouraging you to give more. So after you've had a procedure like liposuction, after you've made lifestyle changes and you've realized the benefits from doing all these amazing things that you're able to do now. Once you've realized those benefits, it's time for you to turn around and let the people know how amazing it is, because once you get rid of this belly, it changes everything about your life. You want to do different things. Your life changes. You'll want to be more active. You want to be around more people. You feel like motivated to do stuff because you feel better about yourself. It's not This is not rocket science, people. It's really not. But once you figure out how to get rid of this belly through My Shape Lipo, we're able to get rid of these folds, these things that you may have been told you have to do a tummy tuck. It's just simply not true. It's not. And once you guys learn this stuff, I want to encourage you, get out and tell people, because we can't advertise this stuff. We can't put this stuff on Facebook and Google. They're calling it nudity and pornography just because you're showing parts of your body, and we're kind of skirting that by showing it in videos. But as businesses, we can get penalized, and we have gotten penalized. So I'm trying to, kind of work my way around the system here. I need your help. Word of mouth is way better than anything else. So when you trust, when you believe, and you tell your friends, your family, they will trust you because they already trust you. They know that you wouldn't steer them wrong. But you see these pictures, take these pictures. Somebody that looks just like this. I promise. There's lots of people. There's so many people that look like this. It's insane. But most of them are hiding, right? And so these are the ones that are wearing bigger clothes, drapey, so you can't see the uniformity, the curves, the shape that they have. It's big and drapey in most cases. They waddle because the fat starts to make it difficult for them to move. They're slow moving. They don't like taking the stairs. It's getting up and down is a challenge. I mean, imagine carrying an extra 50 pounds of weight. It's uncomfortable. Now, once you have figured out how to change your life, transform through liposuction and change your life, it's your obligation. You got to share this stuff with your friends and family, because I'm sure that you have people, you have friends, you have family that are struggling with the same stuff. As you jump on here on Facebook, make sure you hit the share button. Instagram, make sure you tag the people that you know would be interested in this. Gonna make our rounds. Say what's up to everybody. What's up, Rebecca? Rebecca Rexrow, one of our awesome previous patients. Amazing. She's very, very active in the group. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, you got to get on there. Rebecca's running the show there. What's up, Vanessa Sanchez, Gwendolyn Jackson, Nashira Wilson, Carla, Arcana. What's up? Martina Bach, what do I do to get the 50% off? So Martina, today we're going to be announcing, and in every month I'm going to be announcing another person to win this contest. Now you can enter the contest. It's the entry form is up in the post here on Facebook. It's also on our website, myshapelipo.com. We're going to be announcing a winner who will win 50% off every single month. And in order to win this contest, how we are determining the winner is we ask real patients that get liposuction with My Shape Lipo. We ask them who encouraged you, influenced you, motivated you, who was there supporting and helping you through the entire process, who influenced you the most. And we're going to take votes. So I want to encourage all those people out there that you've been watching me, and you know how we do this stuff, and you've seen how it's done time and time again. It's important that you get out there and you share your knowledge with these other people. If you've had liposuction, it's so easy to help these people because you've been through what they want. If you haven't had the procedure yet, a little bit more challenging. But maybe you have a large following. Maybe you're, a big influencer, or if you don't, if you're not an influencer, maybe you know an influencer. You want to connect us. Uh, if you can connect us with a big influencer and help us out, this is all about. It's a win-win situation. So I'm trying to make it a win-win to where the person who wins this contest is going to get 50% off. It's really motivating and inspiring for my previous patients. I want them to get more inspired to help others to do the same things that they've been able to achieve already. Now, it's not that difficult when you've had this procedure and you've got these results, and it's easy to just tell your friends and family, like, look at me. And then once you're smiling and you're happy and they can see it in you, it's clear, it comes out, the energy comes out of you. It's going to be very, very clear. And when your friends and family see that, they're more inclined to trust you and believe that, maybe this is an option for them. So helping them out is in a way, it's going to be very rewarding for you. The other really cool thing, this to me is by far the biggest benefit, is that by you going out and sharing and helping other people, it now sets you up on this pedestal as the person to look up to. Like now these people are looking up to you for the answers, and then that makes you hold yourself accountable. When you hold yourself accountable, you're way more easy to show. It's way more easy to show up when you have to show up, to do the things that you're supposed to do, to follow the guidelines, to change your lifestyle habits the way you want to change. It's so much easier when you got other people looking up to you because you feel like I got to do this for them. And you're not just doing it for yourself, you're doing it for them too. And when you start doing it for them, you're doing it for other people, it gets a lot easier. And as it gets easier, the results start improving. Your lifestyle is going to change the way that you're going to be in the long term. Through liposuction, I can change your body in the short term, but if you don't change your lifestyle habits, it just takes about 2 or 3 years, you're going to regain the weight. And it may not necessarily come back in the liposuction area where we treated with the lipo, where we took the fat off. It may not necessarily come back there, but it's going to come back. And it's not that it's going anywhere, you're just going to gain weight wherever you have the fat cells. So if we took them off the stomach and you gain weight, you're going to gain weight maybe in the thighs, or maybe your breasts, or maybe your arms, where you still have an abundance of fat. The fat doesn't regrow, like people say. It doesn't go somewhere else. So it's not like if you gain weight, it goes somewhere else. It's already there. It's just the energy from the fat that would have gone to your belly is now going to those other areas. And if you think about it like this, it gets dispersed evenly throughout all the fat cells. So if you have an accumulation of a lot of fat cells in a small area, then that area is going to be affected and get bigger more visibly quicker. And so it might seem like one area is affected more, but the reality is that the fat gets dispersed all throughout every fat cell you have in your body. So you're going to get just a little bit bigger all throughout all of them. But if you have more fat cells in a certain area, that's where you get the bigger, more dramatic change. I just want to point this out because this is one that has just blown me away. Look, not everybody has this kind of potential, but when an individual presents to me and I'm able to remove this substantial amount of fat, we can get these folds to go away. And it's been very, very consistent. Not everybody, but even if I'm not able to get this fold to go away completely, it's substantially smaller. And I'm talking like these individuals that the belly's hanging down and it's like, it's heavy, right? It's 15, 20 pounds. We can get that weight off, take all the fat out of there, and it retracts back. Now, how well it retracts back is going to be somewhat variable. You look at some of the pictures, some of the people got better results than the other people that got, it just depends. But when you've damaged the skin already, because a lot of these individuals, as you get bigger, you get lots of stretch marks and the skin is damaged. It does retract back despite the damage. It retracts back. But, it's not perfect. And I try to have people imagine as if the skin, your skin, is like similar to that of like a water balloon. So when the water balloon stretches out, when you remove the water, it always contracts back, but at some point you'll see that the water balloon skin might be a little damaged. Okay, what's the biggest size you've worked on? We've worked on some big people. I don't know when you say what's the biggest size. I don't know how I would describe that. Weight wise, we've probably done 350 plus. BMI, I think well, from what I remember, probably like in the like 50 something. But look, it's not about how big, or how much fat we can get out of the person. We can get fat out of anybody. It doesn't matter how big or how small you are. Fat is fat. It's just a matter of what kind of results can we get for someone. So like when you're larger, clearly we have to get a significant amount more out in order to make the changes that you want. So we got to figure out if that's going to be safe to do. And maybe, and what I've been doing is as I break these up into smaller procedures. So instead of doing the full 360 in one procedure, we do the front of the abdomen. And like this is front of the abdomen only. We treat the front of the abdomen and give massive change by isolating in that area. That's the way to do it instead of taking out a little bit of fat out of a larger area. Danielle, what's up? Says my new arms and back are ready for a new tummy. All right. You just gotta encourage those people. What's up, Ashley Brown? Ashley's in the running here. We got Kat from My Shape here getting in on the action. Say, can you please explain how you lift her stomach without a tummy tuck? She looks really good. So it seems like magic, right? It's incredible. But what happens, and it's crazy how it happens right in front of your eyes. I'm gonna start showing more pictures of how this stuff happens. It literally happens right in front of your face. We're doing the liposuction. When we remove the fat, the skin retracts back as we're sitting there. It retracts back and gets smaller. Everybody has different potential, so it retracts back. Now, after it retracts back, if you imagine that initially you have your skin up top, muscle down below, and everything in the middle is the fat. So once we take all that fat out of there, now there's a space. Well, that space doesn't remain. The skin closes down, and so now the skin is able to get close to the muscle layer. Now, after it gets close to the muscle layer, we put compression garments on. The compression garments will stick everything together, and then your body, since we've traumatized the area, your body will start to produce scar tissue, and scar tissue will work like glue and sticks the tissue together. It's haphazard. The scar tissue, it happens in whatever position you're in, which is a good thing and a bad thing. If you keep the belly in the proper position, smooth and flat, and without the fold in it, it'll heal in that position. Here's the flip side. This is the double-edged sword, right? When we remove that much fat, it is loose right after the procedure. So if you put it in a garment, it's shifted or it's folded or it's twisted or something like that, it'll heal just like that, and it looks really weird. Okay, but that's not how it is after the procedure. After the procedure, it's like we disconnected all the connective tissue, and now it's just laying there like it's in position. You can put it wherever you want. And when you put it there, you got to make sure it's smooth and even. And this is the kind of the art afterwards. And this is the importance of what you have to do after the procedure. So my job is I get all this fat out of there, and I try to keep it as smooth and even as possible. But if the garment causes irregularities afterwards, you can have irregularities. That sucks. So it's important to pay attention, right? And following these girls and going to the private Facebook group and connecting with them and asking them what they did specifically to get these kind of results. Those are the nuggets, right? I can tell you these things. I tell you generic stuff that is meant for everybody. But these girls they're dropping gold nuggets, and telling you that the details specifically would help them. Now, what they did may not be exactly what you're going to do, but you need to. In your research, you need to get a whole wide range of potential knowledge. So, these type of girls will share with you and tell you what their experiences was. But you need to talk to a bunch of them and see, get an idea of what to expect for you, because you're not going to be exactly like her. You're not going to be exactly like the next person. So you got to see the range of potential options and what's going to happen after the procedure. Okay. Martina, Arolita, what's up, Lexi? Christina, Rosie, Ivana, Nikayla Yates, Agnes. I already talked to my clients and they want to do a group and go and get it done. I told them I would like for them to see live my procedure if that's possible. Yeah, Agnes, if you're an influencer, you got a group of people that you want to come in. This is you're setting yourself up perfect for this. If you can bring in a group of people, your next procedure is going to be 50% off. What's up, Vanna? What's up, Janie? Okay, Lexi says Trevor does an amazing job with lipo. None of his patients require a tummy tuck. Join us in the group. Thanks, Lexi. Now, Lexi's local here. She runs a recovery house that helps a lot of our out-of-town patients. About 85% of our patients are flying in from out of state, and not everybody can come. Bring a family member to help them out. So if you, and even if you can, in many cases, it's better to stay with Lexi. Lexi does these lymphatic massages. She also has transportation help. Helps feed you. I mean, she does everything. So she makes the whole process really easy for you. Yeah, so check out Lexi when you're ready. What's up, Audra? Audra was one of our previous contest winners. Pam Anderson. Ivana, thank you for sharing. Heidi's. Vicky. Raina. I'm ready for my second round. All right. Hopefully you've been telling people. Bertha Wise. Castro Lupita. Nancy. Antonia. Annie, welcome. Let's see, we've got some Instagram people here. Okay, Instagram's not as easy. Baby W, Miriam, Kathy VM, welcome. All right, so hey, real quick, I want to hear what you have been doing that you think that you're influencing other people. What's your strategy? How are you getting creative to drive more traffic in, to share this information? I know people have told me that they're going to other groups, like those BBW groups, or there's tummy tuck groups, there's cosmetic surgery groups, there's cosmetic groups. I mean, people they're doing the makeup stuff. These type of people would be interested in it as well. There's lots of different groups out there of people that would be interested in liposuction that are prime candidates for this. So as an influencer, you have the knowledge now to share with these people. You can share your story, which is very powerful. So when you take your story to these other groups, you can essentially recruit people. And don't like spam stuff out there like to get the whole group. We don't have to get the whole group. Pick and choose the people that are interested. You can tell by their comments. Private message them. Send out 10 private messages a day, every day, and see what happens. A lot of these things are just habitual. You have to start doing these things habitually on a daily basis, and you can have influence, but it has to be consistent. There's many people that are, many of our previous patients that are sharing their stories on our group, which is influential for all the people that we're driving in there. So I'm driving as many people in there through the marketing to get new people in there, people that are interested in the procedure. So it's nice for them to communicate with our previous patients. But look, if you're all fishing the same water pond, it's going to be really difficult to be influential. You're going to get like one person being influenced by 10 people, and they're going to try to, the head's going to go crazy trying to figure out who is more influential for them. So you really want to stand out. You have to do just that. You have to get outside of this pool of people that we've created in the group. Get outside of that pool and connect in other groups. But I want to hear. How are you being creative? What are your thoughts? What are you doing? Maybe you figured out something else, some other way to influence people. Okay, Lena says, when are you going to have deals on consultations? Lena, you can get a free, you can go get the quote for free, and then when you're serious about it, because you'll get the numbers. Go get that quick quote on our website, myshapelipo.com. And the consultation is that everybody has to get a consultation, and it's $100. You're going to meet specifically with me, so you're taking my time. My time is valuable, and I'm charging $100 for it. I think it's worth it, and especially if you want this procedure, you're going to send in the pictures and get my opinion, and I'll develop a plan to figure out how to change your life. So I think it's worth it. But more importantly, we have a 15% off sale going on right now as well. All you have to do is you place a deposit by the end of this month and get the procedure by the end of the next month. 15% off. So pay the $100 for the deposit. I mean for the consultation. Just do it, but you get 15% off. Save way more money. But if you want a free consultation and no 15% off, I'm happy to give you that discount. That wouldn't be too smart though. Lena says, what is the max BMI? There is no max BMI, but you'll see on our quick quote system, if you have over 44 BMI, that we require that you do the formal consultation, and the reasoning behind that is not that we can't help you, but when you get the higher BMI, the distribution of fat becomes different, which makes our recommendations different. So that's the key. That's the reason. So we're not looking to turn people away. We're looking to figure out how to help you. But the quick quote gives generic answers. But as you get larger, we need to have more details and get more information. I'm going to pin this comment here. So those of you who are interested in winning this contest next time, make sure you enter. We are going to be announcing this one person every month. And let's see. What's up, Sierra? Danielle, posting my results in the group, posting before and after reels on TikTok shares. Awesome. That's the thing is like we're trying to get more into TikTok and what's that other one? What's that other social media? I'm blanking. TikTok, whatever, the starts with an S. Whatever. What's up, Rebecca? Sorry you're still at work. We'll see if we're going to announce this right now. I just want to run through these questions real quick. I'm always here to answer questions. Danielle's been awesome. So Danielle just got the procedure a little while ago, but she's been super active and inspiring people, sharing her story. Nancy says, Trevor, I really want the procedure, but I'm pregnant. How long do I have to wait to get it done? Pregnancy, you usually want to wait about 6 months after, a minimum 6 months after breastfeeding. So if you're going to be breastfeeding afterwards, you want to make sure you wait 6 months. Nikki Lewis, there's a big name. Been seeing her name a lot in the group, sharing her stuff. See Ashley Leanne saying her inbox is always open. All right, so we're gonna announce this first one today. Now this individual that I chose for this first one. Now, granted, she had a head start, and remember we announced this contest, and it does take time to influence people. I get that. However, this individual she's been in the game for a while now. She's super positive, always helpful, always answering questions, and more important, she always seems to be there. She's always showing up. Whenever we have things going on, whenever people need help, she's always there to help. Whenever people need an extra push, she's always there to help them get over their humps, get over their challenges, whatever it is. And so the winner for this month, the individual who has been the most influential for our patients for this month is Stacy Pierre. Stacy Pierre. And Stacy was a previous patient of ours. She actually had 3 different procedures. Stacy's been amazing. I'm sure many of you recognize her and recognize her name because you've probably seen her name a bunch, particularly in the group. She has been very active in helping our patients along, answering questions. So congratulations to Stacy. You are the first winner of this 50% off contest. Super exciting, and unfortunately, it's like the one day I said she's always there is today, is she's not here. So I don't see her on the live. It's kind of unfortunate, but when you do these lives, that's the way it works.
But she posted this morning.
Yeah, I saw her. She posted on the group this morning. She must be busy working or something. Stacy's amazing. She's from Louisiana area. I know she got hit recently by hurricanes, and she's had personal struggles, but yet I always see her. She's out, still able to do her exercise, still able to get out walking, still posting about her food. She's eating better, and she's just all around just inspirational and motivational. Like, you want to do better when you're around Stacy. You feel like, hey, if she's doing it, then I should be doing it. And that's ultimately it is. I want to create a whole culture of people that are like that, and if we can all support each other, it's gonna be a win-win for everybody involved. So those of you who are new to this channel, those of you who might be interested in getting this procedure, it's look, when you're around a lot of people that are in transforming and changing their lives, the process of transforming and changing your life becomes a lot less mystical, a lot less difficult. And when you see how other people do it, you can start to follow the path. And people like Stacy, they've got this bright light that they're shining on the path for you so you can see. And when you want to change, you got to have help, right? You can't do it by yourself. Even though you might think you can, you might think you're tough, you always need help, I promise you. Like, if you want to get this procedure, you need my help. You want to get over your struggles and your confidence issues, and you need help. You need a coach, you need a mentor. People like Stacy, like, they're there to mentor you. Those of you who did not win this contest this month, keep it up. Every month we're going to be doing this. But I got to tell you, to win this, you're going to have to get more creative. I'm giving you ideas on stuff, but you're going to have to get more creative. Like Danielle was saying, she's going on these other channels and TikTok. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram. You just got to start pointing arrows back to MyShape. Start planting seeds out there in people's minds, because it doesn't happen all at once. You got to plant seeds and then nurture them. So when you go into these other groups, get in there, answer questions for people, because now you're knowledgeable. Go answer questions, inspire, motivate, share your content, share your story, share your pictures, your before and after pictures. All these things that's your superpower. This is your ability to inspire and motivate others to transform their life. But more importantly, from here on out, you have to be the best version that you can be. And the better you are, the more accountable you hold yourself, the more influential you're going to be on everyone else. This is like the magic of how this works. Is by you working harder, you're going to make it easier on other people. And as you make it easier on other people, you're going to save yourself some money. It's a win-win, right? And then we get customers. It's awesome. I'm able to help people, and I feel awesome when I help change people's lives. That's rewarding for me. That's what I'm supposed to be doing in this world. I was given this gift, and I got to give it to people. I got to share. Otherwise, there's no reward. I have this gift, this ability to change people's bodies and transform their shape. And if I don't give it to anybody, if I don't give all this energy out to people, then I don't reap any of the benefits from it. And you'll notice the same thing. Once you get this procedure, if you don't start telling people how you did this, you're going to slide right back into your old patterns, right back into the old habits, and eventually all the money that you just spent on this procedure is going to be wasted, because you're going to be right back in the same boat where you don't feel good about yourself, you have the low self-esteem, the self-confidence issues. So if you want to make yourself accountable, become a hero to someone else. Because now when these people look up at you and they're like, wow, she had amazing results, she's my hero, she's amazing, and then now to you, you're like, I don't really feel like a hero, but I got to work hard to live up to that standard. It's like we give you this reputation to live up to. And once you have this reputation to live up to, you start transforming your life. And it happens. It's a slow process, but as the ball starts rolling, you get momentum, and the momentum gets exciting. Stacy's been doing this for 2-3 years now. And she's constantly looking to improve herself and do things differently. And it's not easy. For some people, it's more difficult. Some people are going to get really quick results, change their lifestyle. They're going to be very, very persistent and disciplined. And other people, not so much. And so you'll see the ones that start to thrive publicly, it's because they're sharing more, because they're really pushing themselves really hard. And as they share more, it's inspiring. And you can see the changes that people are making, and then they can share their story. Like, their belly hung over on their thighs. It was embarrassing. Now the belly's gone, and now they're able to do things. Well, what are they able to do? That's a story. That's interesting. People want to see that stuff. I want to see what you're capable of doing now. In the past, you may have been insecure. You may have been hiding. People need to share. You need to share this stuff. You need to tell your story. You mean your struggle. What was your struggle? That's what people, they connect with that, because if you struggled, man, there's lots of other people out there that struggle just like you, and they want to figure out how to get out of the struggle. That's what this contest is all about. Congratulations, Stacy. Has anybody messaged her? Should message her, see if we can get her on board. Okay, Julie Marie says, I've been watching since Candy Lover had hers done, and I've been wanting to get it done since. After 6 kids, I definitely need it. Man, I can't tell you how many women we've had that has like 6, 7 kids. Big families. We can definitely help you. And Julie, I understand Candy Lover has been struggling. If you can connect with her, she's big time. Doesn't talk to people now, or doesn't talk to me at least. Maybe she talks to her following. But I want to congratulate Stacy. This was a big win for her, and I know that she's got other things that she wants to do and improve. So hopefully we can help her along her path. Now, your path, you got to start being very realistic with this. And once you get into our group, our private Facebook group, which if you're not in the private Facebook group, definitely get on there now. Jump in the private Facebook group. But when you're ready to change your life, it's one of those things that you've been trying. Maybe you tried diet, you tried exercise, you tried Cool Sculpt, you tried whatever fad diet. You tried all these fad diets for a period of time. You lost weight, you gained weight, you lost weight, you gained weight, and then now maybe you're in your mid 30s, mid 40s, mid 50s even, and you're starting to experience health issues from the fat. So as you get health issues, the health issues, they start scaring you, because people start realizing that they're not going to live forever. None of us are. None of us get out of this life alive. It just doesn't happen. But many of you want to live a little bit longer than you're starting to realize, because the consequences of your actions, look, there's a cause and effect for everything. So when you do something, there's going to be some effect. In many cases, the effect may take decades to fall into line. So when you start to realize the errors of your way and the consequences of your actions, when you start to realize those things, you start to have an epiphany. And at some point, people realize that they've sacrificed their life and they've given to other people. And typically it's those women with 5, 6 kids, and that's probably the reason why a lot of them are getting liposuction, is because they've sacrificed their lives for their family, for their kids, and their belief is that they're more important. I need to give, to them before I give to myself. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, there was nothing left to give to yourself, and so you've depleted your reserves. And after you deplete your reserves, it's like you have nothing left. So you end up gaining weight, you getting out of shape, you gain fat, lose muscle, and then those cause major hormonal changes in the body, which lead to all kinds of issues and disease. So as you live a life and you struggle with doing simple basic things like taking care of yourself, like maybe you haven't been able to drink enough water, you're chronically dehydrated. When you're chronically dehydrated, none of your organs work properly, so you're not going to be able to lose weight. And like paradoxically, the more water you drink, the quicker you're going to lose weight. I know it doesn't seem that way, and it seems like you're putting all this water in there, and that water's got to have weight, and technically it does. And there may be a time period where you gain a little bit of weight, but water weight, but you'll be able to lose more weight because your organs will start working. Because if you think about the organs, they're detoxifying organs, like our kidney and our liver, they're detoxifying. So imagine there's like a sludge coming through this filter, and the sludge it's lots of toxins going through there. And if there's not enough water, the sludge is real thick. But if you get enough water going through there, the water will thin everything out and make it easier for it to flow through. And if it's easier to flow through, then your body's able to detoxify better and everything works better, and you'll start to lose weight and the hormones will start to regulate. Your blood pressure will start to regulate. And that's just drinking water. Just drinking water. Many people, you're stuck on this, like, I gotta change my diet, I gotta change my exercise. No, just start with drinking water. Then you can start by detoxifying and figuring out, go do your research. You gotta do your research. You're exposed to a lot of toxins, whether it's environmental toxins, your chemicals, cleaning chemicals that you might use, your lotions that you're putting on your skin, the toxins from makeup and hair products, deodorant. There's toxins in all these things that we put on our body that we are exposed to. Now our body, these amazing space suits that we have, they're able to detoxify, and that's what they were made for. So we put garbage in and we get exposed to garbage, our bodies naturally will detoxify, and our skin is actually one of the biggest detoxifiers, and we end up sweating out a lot of toxins. Now that's if you sweat. So that's where, doing things that are meant to help you detoxify will help to improve your situation. So like saunas are good. That helps you sweat, and as you sweat, you get the toxins out. Getting active, making you sweat, you got to get the toxins out. Drinking plenty of water helps to filter everything out. It also gives you the substrate to flush out all these toxins. So your life has to become different. If you want different results, you have to change the things that you do. You have to do something different. If you want something different, you have to do something different. It doesn't work like this just when you say you have the mindset of like, I want to change so bad, and you keep saying, I want it, and that's not the way the law of attraction works. Just because you want this stuff, it actually, the thought that when you say I want it, is actually your thought is that I don't have it. And when you're thinking I don't have it, it actually repels. It's a negative energy against these things. So if you want these things, you have to start doing. You start giving more of what's going to bring those things closer to you. So if you want to be thinner, then you have to do the things that are necessary to become thinner. And as you do more of those things, it'll draw that to you. And then eventually you will realize being thin. And that might be after getting liposuction. It might be after doing, changing your dietary structure. It might be after detoxing, after you've done all these things that allow you to deserve to be thin. So now you deserve to be thin. That's when you get it. But you don't get it when you don't deserve it. You know that. Everybody knows that. And as an adult, you've been telling your kids this all the time. If you don't deserve it, you don't get it. It's the same way. You get what you deserve. And unfortunately, many of you have done things to yourself that make you deserve things that you really don't want. But based on the actions, the law of karma, the law of cause and effect, these are things that you have done, and it's been done to you, through you. And you are the only one. And once you realize that you are the only one, you're the one that's caused, and you're the one that's appreciating the effect. If you understand the way this law of cause and effect works, then you start changing the cause. And the things that you do will have different effect. But if you keep doing the same things, they'll keep having the same effect. Make sense? Change the things you do. Change is the key to all success. You have to keep changing until you figure it out. What's up, Janet? What's up, Kelly, Esmeralda, Liliana? Okay, see, Esmeralda says, I need full body makeover after weight loss surgery. It's unfortunate that, you may feel like you need a full body makeover. That means that, you have a lot of work to do, which is cool. This is the purpose. This is your purpose now, is to get yourself back on the right track, and you'll feel that sense of purpose, and it'll draw you to it. The more that you think about this stuff, the more it becomes, the more this, it's the thought energy. If you put the thought energy out there, it attracts the same similar energy to you. When you connect with these individuals, go and connect with them, and you'll see that they have a similar energy to you. You'll see that they had similar issues that you have, and connecting with them is like a breath of fresh air, and to realize that you're not alone, and you can stop hiding, because you don't have to. You don't have to hide. And the weird thing was is that even though they didn't have to hide, they still did. These girls, they're embarrassed, but the reality is the embarrassment was what they thought people would think. Think about that. Your embarrassment is what you're concerned about, what other people are going to think about you. And you'll see that clearly, and there's a lot of women out there that just don't give an F about anything, about what other people think. And when you don't give an F about what other people think about you, you're able to do whatever you want, because you stop thinking about what other people think about you. And some people say, well, I can't do that. Well, you sure as hell can. Absolutely. So, but I can't wear a bikini. Well, why not? Well, because I have all these roles. So what? So does that lady over there. So does that lady over there. Right? So the only reason that you can't do these things is the way that you think about it. If you think that it's an embarrassment, if you think that it's disgusting, then you won't do it. But if you change the way that you think about it, free reign. You have the ability to do anything you want in this world. You just have to start changing the way that you think. Now, maybe that's difficult for you. Okay, fair enough. Maybe that's difficult. So I'm going to change the material world for you. I'm going to change your body and give you a shape that will allow you to then see yourself in a way that you're okay with, not so embarrassed, right? But if you don't change the way that you think about yourself, and you're still thinking the same that you were when you were bigger, if you still think that way, then nothing changes. You're going to continue doing the same habits, eating the same foods, drinking the same amount of water. You're gonna not do the activities that you should be doing, and you're gonna continue to make excuses of why you can't have these things. Now, when you decide to change your life, it's literally like the more things you can change, the easier it is. You have to shock your system. And if you're already pushing yourself to be disciplined for something, then you might as well change everything. Because if you have to focus for 90 days, 60, 90 days to build new habits, you might as well change a bunch of different things and stay focused on this stuff. And really, you can really change your life very quickly if you make a significant changes, and you can keep them consistent for the next 60 to 90 days. That's about how long it takes for a habit to form. Now, the magic to the habit, see, the habit is super cool. The habit is our autopilot. It allows us to put our brain on autopilot, and we do that through doing certain patterns consistently in repetition. And so when you do things in repetition, your mind will create patterns in the mind, and then it'll make it so it'll just automatically happen. So, for example, if every single morning, you would get up at 6 o'clock, no matter what, and get out and walk 2 miles every single morning, never, you don't ever miss it. Every single morning, you get up at 6 in the morning, go out and walk every morning. You do that for 60 to 90 days. At the end of it, you'll feel like something's wrong if you don't do that. Like, oh my gosh, I got to get out and walk. I got to move. I got to get out and do this stuff. If you do that stuff and you do it long enough, in your mind, it'll get you to this point where like you feel like you're not doing what you should be doing, and if you're not doing these habits. Now, you can break habits, right? You can break bad habits just as much as you can break good habits. So it's not like this stuff is written in stone and will never change once you create a habit. But most people, if you will commit to doing something for 60 to 90 days, you'll do it the rest of your life. And it's that simple. It's that easy. 60, 90 days to change and transform your life. And once you do it with 1 or 2 habits, then you'll realize it can be done with anything. And that's when you can start getting more aggressive. I've been in this game for about 6, 7 years now. And it's, I mean, I've changed so many habits, and you've got to test and try different things for you, and you're gonna find some things are very, very beneficial, and other things not so much. Some things you can commit to doing for an extended period of time, and you get that benefit, and you take that benefit, put it away, and then you don't necessarily have to do the habit anymore. And these are things like, for example, you can do a habit of a gratitude journal. So at the end of every day, you take 5 minutes, and you're gonna write down 10 things that you're grateful for. Now, here's one cool. I heard this habit by Earl Nightingale, that took the gratitude journal one step further. He said, for 3 people that you are angry at or unhappy with, you have to send them love. 3 people, and I'll explain why he did that. But after the 3 people, then you want to write the 10 things that you're grateful for. You want to do this right before you go to bed. Now, the 3 people that he said that you don't like, send love to them. This is not for you. This is not like forgiving is not for the person that you're forgiving. It's for you. It's because the energy that you put out is going to be reflected back to you. So if you're angry at people and you're angry, you're sending energy, negative energy, even if it's thought energy. You don't tell anybody. If you're thinking these angry things, those thoughts, they will take form. So those thoughts will affect the outside world. So you have to control your mind and become positive. And so that's why sending love to these 3 individuals, and again, that might not be easy, right? If you hate these people, it's hard sending love to them. But changing the way that you feel, that's where the alchemy comes in. The changing of your hormones, because you're thinking differently, you're feeling differently. And if you can exude a different feeling of love, then that inherently will affect you. In contrast to sending out the energy, the negative energy that you would normally do, and continue to send out this negative energy. Like every night you're going to sleep thinking like, I hate this dude. He owes me money, and he's a jerk. And no, hey, you must have things going on in your life. I love you, man. I'm just gonna send you love. Anything that I can do to help. I hope that your life is better. And if you can think these things, it's sending out positive energy into the world, and the law of attraction, it works to reverberate and bring that energy back to you. So again, it's a technique, a habit that you can implement in your life, and it can make huge dramatic changes in your basic functions of your life and how you treat people. Cool stuff. Okay, Esmeralda says, I've been on a journey, starting to see things in different perspective, loving myself more and more, but it's a process, and sometimes it takes hearing someone else tell you how it is to get your mind back on track. So sincerely, thank you. Esmeralda, as much as I know that's true, that's why I think that it's important that now it's like as you learn these lessons, right? So you can learn through the words, but you won't really know until you do. And so you take the words, you think you know this stuff, and you go out and you practice and you try. And as you experience things yourself, these realizations come in. And so Esmeralda, you're realizing that it's not easy, and it's the challenges of loving yourself. And these are the lessons that you learn in the actions that you take. But as you learn these lessons, it's important that you pay it forward. And paying it forward is part of the process of your education. So don't take away that you're actually helping other people and improving their lives. Don't even think like, let's be selfish for a second. Paying it forward, let's think about it, is all about for you. It's all about for me. I'm going to help these other people, but the reality is I'm really helping myself. Okay, that's the truth. But you can't control what comes back to you, but you can control what goes out of you. So the positive energy. So I read this quote. We are all given the same energy. God infuses us with this energy. If you wake up tomorrow, God, thank God you got this energy. The energy came to you, and now it's your choice. How do you want to spend it? Do you want to spend it by being angry and yelling, or do you want to spend it by being positive and happy and bringing joy to the world and changing people's lives? It's your choice. How do you want to spend it? We all get the choice. This is where the free will comes in. The energy has to be spent. It has to come out of you somehow. Maybe you're doing that through your work, you're helping your kids, whatever the case, but you have to exude this energy. It has to come out of you. And if You get to choose whether it's positive or negative. This is the law. This is how this stuff works. This is how nature works. And as you start learning these laws, you can start to manipulate and change. Law of attraction. Again, if you guys haven't read The Secret or watched the movie, go research this stuff. Aguilara says after a tummy tuck, you still can do a 360 lipo and a BBL, and also you can do lipo in arms, and we can do lipo anywhere, wherever you have fat. And just because you had a procedure by someone else that they didn't do a good job, we can fix it. It's unfortunate in tummy tucks, and I say this a lot. And Aguilar, there are many people in our group, a private Facebook group, that have had the same story, that have had tummy tucks and now have to, are choosing to get liposuction. So, for example, there was one just last week. Her name's Farah. She's sharing her story. She's from Canada. She had a tummy tuck, and not only that, she also had a weight loss surgery. So she lost a bunch of weight, had a tummy tuck, and then she was left very square in shape. They didn't contour her body. So she came to me. We did 360 lipo and a BBL. And she was interesting. She wanted, she did the 360 lipo with a tummy tuck and a BBL previously. So this was her second fat transfer, and she wanted as big as possible. So we'll see how this turns out. Not everybody wants this kind of stuff, right? But when people ask for it, everybody's different, right? So we do what people want. And when you're looking at these people's pictures, you have to realize that, hey, if they want this stuff, you don't judge them. It is what it is, right? Amazingness. This is magic right here. They go from a square shape. It's awesome. This is stuff that makes me happy. And I think that when individuals get these kind of results, they're able to go out into the real world and spread that energy and joy and happiness, because it's pure love right there. To be able to get that hourglass figure and that butt from a SpongeBob SquarePants to an what's the hourglass figure, to a Kim Kardashian hourglass figure, or a Marilyn Monroe hourglass figure. What's the value in that? See, Lorena says, I love myself even though I'm heavy. I would love to look better and feel healthy. So that's what it's all about, Lorena. Like I said, this is a process, and everybody's on their own journey, right? Some people have more confidence than others. Some people have lost that confidence. Some people need help in different places. But that's where, being part of the group, you're going to connect with people that will help you from different angles. We have one of the people in our group, Tricky Mickey. She's a trucker, and she's a big girl. We've done liposuction on her in the past, and she's one of those people. She tells you the way it is, and no bullshit. This is Tricky Mickey. She won't BS you, and it's comical in a way. It's fun in a way, but she loves herself, and at the same time she wants to change. So there's lots of people out there that are in the same boat as you, and this is it's one step in the process. And I don't care whether you are happy with yourself. Losing the fat is a part that is going to make you more comfortable, this more functional. Especially when you gain more weight, it's restrictive. It's like physically restrictive. It's also, it causes health issues like high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiac disease, stroke. And these are all issues. High cholesterol, all issues of having more fat. So, liposuction will help to solve some of these problems. It helps to resolve some of these issues. However, you have to realize that these things are causing problems in order to take actions to change. Because if you don't the first thing you have to do is in your mind you have to realize how bad it was to become this. Because it's what you are that's becoming. It's the things that you do on a daily basis. You're becoming something every day. You're becoming something different every day. And you're either becoming better or you're becoming worse. You're either green and growing or ripe and rotting. There's no other way about it. Lorena says, I've tried to lose weight, but nothing works. I would love to have liposuction to make myself happy and change the way I look and have more energy. I would love to be the winner of the lipo, and good luck to everyone. So that's awesome. I love hearing those stories. We have lots of women out there that are trying to change their life, and it's one step at a time. This lady, one of the higher BMI patients of ours, you can see as they get higher BMI, the fat has to go somewhere. people keep, when you keep eating and and you have an abundance of calories in your body, the calories have to go somewhere. You either spend them, meaning you're out there working out and using that energy, or the calories are going to get stored. And that's unfortunately what happens when you gain weight, is the calories, the food that you eat, the calories that you intake, they get stored on your body for, it's like for future use, right? So when we were cavemen, we would store the fat in order to, when times were slim, we would be able to live off of our fat. You're not a caveman anymore. You don't need to do that. So you really don't need these stores of energy. However, 60% of the adult population is now considered obese. And you know what comes right behind that is all the disease processes. So the diabetes, the heart disease, the high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all these things, they follow. They follow the fat. It's a consequence of. It's a cause and action. Cause and action. These things, it's stop fooling yourself and thinking that you're going to be able to avoid, just because maybe you've avoided up to this point, but stop thinking that you're going to be able to avoid forever. Eventually, there's consequences to the actions. Eleanor Brown. Yeah, Lexi, Mickey, Tricky Mickey. Every once in a while she'll pop on. She's on her driving. But Esmeralda, I like the way that you're thinking, and your thought process is changing. And as your thought process changes, is you get to improve. And as you improve, you have to help. Each it's like every step you take up, you need to step back and look back and see if you can help. Sometimes you're going to jump up like 3 or 4 steps, but you got to look back, often, and help those behind you, because it's like once you've just gotten past these challenges, it's fresh in your mind, and those are the people that you can help the most, are the people that are right behind you. I for one of the ways that I changed my life and to become more active is I signed up for races. So I ran obstacle course races. I also ran marathons, but you can do little races. There's little stuff like 5K, 2K, 10K, whatever. They're shorter races, but the races are good because it gives you a specific day to train for. So when I sign up for the obstacle course race, I trained for it for 3 months. So now on those 3 months before, I was like, I felt obligated. I got to show up. I got to do. And so I did, and I kept showing up, and it became habit. And after I did the race, I was in great shape afterwards, and I was like, I don't want to lose it. Right? I've been working out this hard. I don't want to waste it. So what did I do? I signed up for another race. Sign up for another race, sign up for another race, sign up for another race, and just keep going. And it's like you just keep going. And that's one way for me personally that helped me to hold myself accountable, is sign up for something that you have to show up for, and then train for it. And that might be a 5K for you. Just do something, right? Just in 5K you can walk, 10K you could walk if you had to. So you don't have to feel obligated to like it's a big thing. It's not a big thing. Just sign up for something that you have to show up for. So then in the morning you start showing up. Okay, Lorena says, that's right, Doc. I don't want to have health problems. I want to feel good and lose weight and have lots of energy. I want to change the way I look and be beautiful and healthy. So Lorena, get the procedure, that's great, but you got to change those lifestyle things, right? And you can start that like right now. You can make the decision, and the key, I think, to making that decision for the long term is again, it's you have to get leverage, and psychologically you have to leverage your mind to realize the consequences of your actions. So whatever you've done up to this point has gotten to where you are, and you might ask yourself, okay, I'm 250 pounds, I'm pre-diabetic, I have high blood pressure, high cholesterol. If I keep doing the same stuff that I'm doing, where am I going to be in 5 years? Where am I going to be in 10 years? And then you can start to realize, and this aspect of gaining leverage over yourself is really not that difficult, because you don't have to imagine that much. All you have to do is look around. There's plenty of people around you that have done the same thing that you've done. Like, they're right on the cusp of diabetes or high blood pressure, and then maybe they're 10 years older. You can visibly see what happens. You can see this stuff. You can see the consequences. It's all right in front of us. Everything that's ever happened is all right. Is that it's all happening right now, and it's all right in front of us. You can see it. You don't have to. You don't have to question like what's going to happen to me in 10 years if I keep drinking alcohol every day, a fifth of alcohol. Well, there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that have done the same thing. You can see exactly what's happened to them. You might say, well, what happens if I smoke for 20 years? Well, there's plenty of people that have smoked for 20, 30, 40 years, and you see what happens to them. And you don't have to, it's not just one example. There's probably hundreds. There's probably thousands of examples. This is how you need to have the foresight, tell the future for yourself, is just see how other people have done this. Now, once you see, hey, what happens in 10 years if I keep living this lifestyle? That person had an amputated leg because they were diabetic, or they've had pneumonia, or they have whatever issues they're having. Maybe they gain more weight. And so as you start to see yourself in 10 years, and you can see all the potential problems that are waiting for you down the road. And as you see that, you might start to think, maybe I don't want that. And that's where the leverage begins. And as you start to get more powerful, that you absolutely don't want that to happen, and you're going to do everything in your power and your free will to make the changes that are necessary to make sure that doesn't happen 10 years from now. Now, once you get to that point, it gets a lot easier. Okay, so once you make that decision, now it's about just showing up, and you got to show up when it's time. And what does that mean? Show up when it's time to drink water. Show up when it's time to go out walking. Show up when it's time to get up for the gym. Show up when it's time to make a decision about what to eat. Notice what I said, it's not eating, right? It's about the decision to eat. Because your choices, that's the fork in the road. If you make a poor choice, you're going down the wrong road. And you know what happens down the wrong road, you've already seen. You can see, look at other people. You've already done it. You've seen what happens to stuff. So don't make that wrong turn. Make the right turn. Stay on the path. And you got our people, our previous patients, sharing, shining light. We got bright lights on this super highway that we're helping people to transform their life. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen faster and faster and faster. It really does not need to take that long. It does not need to take that long. The more people that we have go through this super highway, you're going to see that the things that they do, you can do quicker. If they were able to do it in 2 years, you can do it in 1 year. I promise. This is the way this stuff works. If they can do it, you can do it faster. And then once you figured out how to do it faster, you're going to turn around and tell those people, and then people are going to see you like, you know what, I can do it a little bit faster than she did. And I'm telling you, these things are going to start happening a lot faster. You're going to see a lot more life transformation happening in front of you. And as you see that happening to these individuals, it's inspiring. As it happens to you, you got to share. You got to give that information. As you give away to other people, it makes you even better, and it helps you to rise. And as you rise even more, you get more influential. You help more people, and it's purpose. You're going to feel the love coming back at you, right? That's what I get to experience. That I do this liposuction, changes people's lives, and I now see them. The love is coming back at me. It's reflecting because I can see it. It's there for me to enjoy. And whenever I'm feeling down, whenever I feel like, man, I don't want to do this anymore, I can just go look at the group, and I can remember these stories, and it makes me feel good. And I promise you, if you're able to influence other people and you're able to help them to transform their life, you'll get the exact same feeling. And that's where my previous patients, these mentors, they've realized this. This was Stacy Pierre. She's realized this, that it helps her when she helps others. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't joined our group yet, make sure you get on the private Facebook group. If you and we also have this 15% off sale going on right now. I want to encourage all my influencers. This is like your gift, right? So when you're trying to influence these other people to come in here and get this procedure, offer them 15% off. The 15% off is you have to place your deposit by the end of the month and get the procedure by the end of August. This is a short-term thing, so you got to get out there and do the work. This is your leverage. You're going to help out, get some people in quickly, especially going to those other groups. Go to the other groups and let them know. Just get them in here. Let them see these pictures. I mean, the stuff speaks for itself. It's either the people are into it or they're not into it. But all you got to do is start directing them back here. If you haven't joined the influencer contest, you got to do that as well. It's on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. And you can go to our website to sign up for the contest as well. So thank you so much for watching. Get out there and share. Friends and family. You're most influential with your friends and family. Those are the people that you should help first. That you know someone's got that hanging belly, they're embarrassed. Help them out. Share with them. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next time.